Stay in the deep.
This is for Jones Smart Productions. MrJonesGaming, I mean.
You will celebrate your 71st birthday when you are defrosted.
Oh! No!
Yes,
no!
Yes!
No!
Yes,
no,
you
no,
age!
No!
You
don't age!
Yes,
no,
you age!
No,
Your body doesn't change, but you age!
Your age increases, but your body doesn't change.
That's
so you go in as
bullcrap.
15, you would
There's
still
no
be
freaking
15!
way.
You would
No, your
still
body
be
would be 15!
No!
You would be whatever age you
parents
came out.
would look 15, but your actual age would be 64. Okay?
No, okay. Currently, right now, we're fighting over if Master Chief is either 21 or 64.
Hey Fred, I gotta go.
Okay, see you later.
See you.
There's no freaking way.
Accept it.
Okay, what are the other answers to it?
The other answers are yes, but only a teeny tiny bit. That's a sci-fi nerd whose name is Sci-Fi Nerd 1. Then you have Daniel's 9. In science fiction, please note fiction, cryogenic sleep is normally done by freezing the body at an incredibly low temperature, which would cause all body functions to stop.
Exactly. Which means you
Body
wouldn't age.
functions.
You wouldn't age. You wouldn't age.
You would age no matter
You
what
would not
happens.
age. You're okay.
Fred, okay, so if you, like that said, if you go into cryo on your 20th birthday, and you come out exactly 50 years later, you'll be celebrating your 71st birthday.
Yeah.
No.
Because the
Yes.
Okay, you would. You'd be celebrating your 71st birthday.
You
wouldn't age. You wouldn't age, though.
No, your body
wouldn't
wouldn't
age.
No, everything you keep, your argument is, all you're saying
You
is
wouldn't
that,
age.
all you're saying is that your body age is what you look like, so that's what your age that's what your age should be.
That is what he's saying.
It's
Yes,
like
okay,
saying,
okay,
if I bring an old lady, give her some miracle cream, and she looks 35, you're gonna say, oh, she's 35, but she's actually 51.
Okay, no, look, you go into cryo sleep. 50 years later, you're 70, right? Okay.
Yeah, you're
okay.
71.
But you still have the mentality and the brain. You still have the
Exactly.
you still have the mentality and the brain of a 20-year-old,
But
which
it's
means
your
your
71st birthday.
your mental age
That means you're
is still
immature.
20.
That
Your
means
mental-
you're
Your mental
Your mental
okay,
age. We're saying you
but
are.
okay, but generally without cryo sleep, your mental age and your age will stay the same throughout,
Okay.
right?
But
so
your
if you go into
actual
cryo
age,
sleep, your mental
you're
age
71.
Okay, but if you go to cryo sleep and you come out, your mental age is still 20, and your body is still 20.
Elementary kid.
But you are 71.
Yes.
No, you are.
Yes.
No,
Okay, Fred.
no. With his miracle thing, the woman may look 30, but her mental age is still 50, right?
Okay.
But the way
But
you're
no,
saying it,
no.
Hold on,
no, you
hold
can't
on.
just change your statement all of a sudden.
No, you come out of cryo sleep. You still have the mental age and the age of a 20-year-old.
Okay.
Your age, maybe your age could be 1,750.
Okay.
You would still have the mental age, and your body would still be the body and the mental age of a 20-year-old,
Okay.
Hold on.
which would make you 20.
Hold on. So wait.
Actually, that would make you immature.
If
Which
you,
is still
no.
it's still 20.
No,
you-
that's
if
like
you had,
saying me as a freshman acting like a middle schooler and being immature. That means I have a brain of a middle schooler, but I have a body in a high schooler. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
So that is.
So what would he be?
Yeah, what would I be?
You'd be your mental age.
So I'll be a middle schooler, even though I'm a high schooler. That's like saying a special ed kid being dumb, but you're calling him a little kid even though he's probably older than you.
Yeah, it's like saying like a 30-year-old special ed kid.
No,
They have
special
the
ed
brain.
kids, their mental level are still the age.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, they're
you're saying
mental-
their
no.
mental level. That's okay. 30-year-old special ed human being has the mental age of a 10-year-old. You're saying he's 10.
He's 10. Yes.
No, he's not.
He's
He's 30.
What does he act like? A 10-year-old. What does he think like? A 10-year-old.
What is he, a 30-year-old?
Yeah.
No, his age is 30, but his mental. Okay,
His
no.
age is 30.
We just define age. We just define age.
No, okay.
How can we? You can't win this conversation.
I will win this.
You cannot.
There is no possible
Yes.
way to win this.
Okay. For example, Halo 4.
Yes.
Master Chief.
Yes.
His heart stops when he goes into cryo sleep in Halo 3.
Okay.
Okay,
It
hang on.
restarts.
No.
It restarts at the beginning of Halo 4.
You know how...
4
he says
years
how-
after.
4 years after.
4 years older.
hang
No.
on. Exactly. No, hang on. He asks, how long was I out? Cortana says 4 years. So by that logic, he knows he's 4 years older.
But his mental age.
No, Cortana said he's 4 years older. So
yes.
he knows his mental age increased by 4 years.
No, it didn't. His mental age stays the same as it was.
Oh my god, Fred.
Stupid, Fred.
No, your mental age cannot just go up 4 years within a second.
Okay, Fred.
Within a second, that was 4 years.
It was
4 years.
No, but your mental age does not increase.
Cortana.
His mental age is still 21.
Okay, I know this is completely wrong. Let's say Master Chief was 100 when he went to cryo sleep. Just random number. He was 100. He wakes up, asks Cortana how long he was out. He was out for 4 years, some odd months. So that means in his brain he knows he's 104.
Yes. But his mental age.
His brain. He's 104.
His mental age is still the mental age.
But his brain is his mental.
His mental age is still the mental
age.
He still has the mental age of a 100-year-old.
Fred,
But
just admit you're
by
wrong.
knowing he was 4 years older, he's 4 years older.
Yes.
Even using your logic, you lose.
He is still 4 years older, but his mental age is still the age of a 100-year-old.
Okay. By knowing he's
Hold
4
up,
years older.
guys, hold up.
Your mental age does not increase 4 years within a second.
Okay, Fred.
It wasn't a second.
It was, though.
Okay, Fred.
4 years.
So since he was 100, right? And Cortana told him he was 4 years older, he just gained new knowledge. So, he's 4 years older.
No,
so he's 104.
that doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
Do you even know what knowledge is?
Yes.
What is knowledge?
It's gaining the knowing.
No.
Okay, then. He just knew he was 4 years older, so it makes him 104.
So his aging, so his mental age increased by a second. Big whoop. His mental age does not increase by 4 years because in those 4 years he learned nothing.
Yes. That doesn't matter.
But it does though. No. Okay. Look. Okay.
Age is defined as time passing.
Yes,
Okay.
you age when time passes.
Okay. But his mental age. Screw age for now. Master Chief's mental age is still the mental age of a 21-year-old.
Okay, we understand
So
that.
he is still 21.
And
He acts like a 21-year-old. He has the mental age of a 20-year-old.
And then
He has the brain set of a 21-year-old.
Cortana says you were asleep for 4 years. So by logic, 21 plus 4 is 25. So he knows he's 25.
No.
Yes.
Yes!
He knows he's 25 now.
He knows he's 64.
Exactly.
Right? He knows he's 64.
So that means he's 64.
But his mental age is still the mental age of a 21-year-old.
He's 64.
Doesn't matter
his
what
mental
his brain
age tells him.
His brain
I could be 15 and act like a 4-year-old. You know that? And I'll still be in high school. That's kind of sad.
Yes! I just texted like 6 people. Do you age in cryo sleep? Everybody said no.
Are they all sci-fi nerds?
Yes.
Then they're false because they don't know what reality is. And again, once more, they probably didn't have a girlfriend. They didn't even know what a
3 of them were girls.
Yeah,
Probably
sure.
have boyfriends.
Yeah. Who were they?
Kira, Brysa.
Bryce and Kira don't know crap.
You wouldn't be surprised. You'd be surprised how much of a nerd they are.
No.
I know Bryson
them.
knows crap.
Bryson might be smart, but she's no freaking smarter than anybody here.
She's,
About games and sci-fi and science.
They both play
Well, whoop
video
de
games.
doo.
They both are. They are both nerdy.
Okay, who's more of a gamer here? Them or me?
You.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Okay. But they read comic books and it hasn't in comic books.
So
too.
did
No.
I.
Yeah. Yes. But cryo sleep is in comic books.
It is, but
Okay.
then
But hey, in the comic books.
Hold on.
In the comic books.
Dude, like everything has their own version of cryogenic sleep.
Okay,
Which
but
one
we're
are we
talking
using?
about Halo 4 right now.
Exactly.
We're talking about Halo. We're not talking about any comic book.
Okay, screw Halo 4. We're talking about scientifically cryo sleep.
Okay.
Scientifically, cryo sleep is impossible.
Yeah,
no, it's not. No, because they can do it to dogs right now.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they can look it up. Look up cryo sleep. Look it up.
It is impossible.
Look up, is cryo sleep possible?
He already read it.
They've been testing it on dogs the past
And
6
the dogs
years.
have died.
Not all of them.
Every single one of them.
Not all of
Yes.
them.
The tests have resulted in death.
No, not all of them. Some of the dogs that came out were stupider, but they were still alive.
So you're just saying they went younger then? So you just
If
you're
they
not
became
proving
stupider,
yourself
that
anymore.
means what they knew changed, which means they.
So
aged.
using your logic, they got younger in cryogenic sleep.
Yes,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it does.
no, it doesn't.
So you can get
So wait.
younger for.
Does your aging, does it stop because you go to sleep because you're not learning anything?
Who's that third person that you texted?
There was no third person. I didn't ask her. I just asked Bryce. I said that we were fighting over
Yeah,
cryo
Bryce
sleep.
doesn't. She might read comic books. What type of comic books? Anyways, it's Star Trek crap because they are bullshit.
Star Trek is
No, okay. Anyways, in the science logic, cryosleep is possible.
It is possible.
And you don't age in
Yes, you do. So
Okay, fine. Your age number goes up, but your age does not.
Your physical appearance. That's
Your physical your physical age does not.
Your physical appearance does not change.
Okay,
but
exactly.
your age does. That's what you're saying.
Your age number grows. Your age number. Your age number, as in time that has passed, grows.
Okay.
But your physical
What's your
age does not.
15.
He's 15.
He goes into cryosleep for 20 years, comes out 35, but
I would be 35.
he is still 15.
No,
I would be
if I walk up to
35.
a scientist,
You would be 15.
anybody, I say, what is your age? They will tell me how long they've been alive. How long they've been on this earth.
Okay.
That's what.
But they would
Age.
also include their mental age.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
How many average
Yes, they
people?
would.
How many
Okay,
average
so you go
okay.
into cryosleep for 1,000 years, and you're like, doctor, how old is this man? They would say he's 1,025, but his mental age is only the age of a 25-year-old.
Okay,
mental age.
So using the mental age logic, I would be 7.5.
What do you mean?
If I slept for half of the day, I would only use my brain half of the day. I would only gain knowledge half the day, so I would only be 7.5.
What?
That's what you're saying.
That is exactly
You're
what
saying
you're
saying
no,
age
but you're
is the
15.
gaining of knowledge. You age by gaining knowledge.
Okay, so-
when I'm sitting here, just poking this
okay,
table,
I like
don't
Joe's
age.
logic. I like Joe's logic. So the day that you turn 16, you wouldn't be 16. You would have to wait another half a day.
The day I turn 16, I would turn 8.
Yeah, because you spent half the day
Say
learning,
I
half the day
spend
sleeping.
12 hours a day sleeping.
Mhm.
I gain no knowledge in those 12 hours.
So you lose half a day every day.
Why would you go into cryosleep for 12 hours? That's completely pointless.
It's sleep. That's not the fact.
No, okay, then yeah, you would still your mental age would still be 6.
6. I don't know.
Mental age. We're talking about
No, I see what Joe's saying. You would gain knowledge, but we're talking about cryosleep over a long period of time. Like 4, 6, 10 years. Going to bed at night and sleeping in cryosleep does absolutely nothing. Because you're sleeping anyways. You just wouldn't dream.
Hold up.
So wait, so you still age if you sleep for 12 hours in cryosleep, but if you sleep for like
I see what you're saying. Your mental age would grow, yes. But then your age wouldn't.
Your age would.
Your physical appearance. That's what you're saying. There's no physical age or physical appearance. Okay, Fred?
There is, though.
Your physical appearance doesn't contain anything.
contradictions
Your
of
mental
what
age
Fred does.
does not have to do with anything about your age overall.
I'm gonna send this to Rooster Teeth and see how bad they argue over it.
There's no freaking way.
Okay, no, you.
Okay, what is your strong argument that you can't do?
My
anything
strong
about?
argument is I go into cryosleep at 15.
Okay.
Your physical age.
I stay in cryosleep for 10,000 years.
Okay.
10,000
Okay,
and 15.
I come out at 10,015, but my mental age is still the mental age of a 15-year-old.
Until someone
Alright,
tells you.
So I'm still 15.
Somebody tells you you are 10,015. Now you know you're 10,015. So you're 10,015 either way.
But your mental age is still 15.
No.
But you know you're
When
10,015.
someone tells you and you process.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Fred,
No.
Let me explain. I must explain this. You
Joe.
don't.
You go to cryosleep the second you hit puberty, right?
Okay.
You come out of cryosleep 1,000 years later, you're still going through puberty.
Okay.
So you're still 14.
That means you
No.
haven't hit.
No, you are still 14.
No, there's a lot right there, because you know how people don't hit puberty until late. So you're supposed to be very late then. So,
1,000 years late.
yeah.
No,
Okay, no.
it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Your
it does
body,
look like that.
your body
'Cause-
may be still going to puberty, but you are not.
No, your age number is.
Your mental age is going through puberty.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Your mental age is going through puberty.
Okay, Fred. So, say you went to a doctor's office, right? You were 15.
Uh-huh.
You go in your cryosleep for 10,000 years.
Mhm.
You wake up, and you're like, okay, how long was I asleep? And they're like, you were asleep for 10,000 years. So, in your brain, you processed, you're asleep for 10,000 years, you're 15 years old. 10,015.
Oh, what about
You
this?
are
What about this?
10,015
You're going to
years old in your
cryosleep.
brain.
You go into cryosleep as a baby. You don't understand numbers at all. You go into cryosleep for 10,000 years. You come out 10,000 years and some odd months. You don't know that. You would go on living your life thinking that you're
But
25, thinking you're 23.
You're not.
No, but you.
But your actual age is not
You're
whatever you
10,000 and baby.
You would be aging. You
No,
would be aging along
your physical appearance. That's what you're saying. Oh, you've been talking about physical appearance. Physical appearance. If I
physical appearance and mental age. Yes, because you age due to your mental age.
doesn't affect how old are you through the process of time.
Okay, if I could convince myself in my brain that I was 1, would I become 1?
Your mental age would, yes.
That means I would become 1.
Yeah.
According to you, you're saying
you would.
your mental age is your age.
No,
so
you
he's
would.
gonna
No,
like
you would. No,
transform
it's
and
been
become a
proven. If
1-year-old?
you tell yourself something enough, if you tell yourself, if
We
you
know
tell something,
that's called a condition. You have an illusion in your brain that you're in denial.
Yeah, that's an illusion.
No, but it's
That is not-
okay. No, I see what he's saying, but that has nothing to do with cryo sleep.
That's what you
How does
just
it have? It has everything to do with mental age, and that is all we are arguing about.
Yes. Okay, okay, look, so like the dogs that came out and survived, they came out stupider than they were.
So they lost.
They
knowledge.
lost they lost years. Yes.
So they became
You need to sign
younger.
into Xbox.
Okay, look, they stayed in cryosleep for 2 years. They went in when they were 4. They're 6, but they lost years, so they have the mental age of a 1-year-old.
So they are all. So the 6-year-old dogs.
Due to body and mind, they are 1.
actually.
Due to time, they're not.
Due to body and mind.
They are 1.
Due to body and mind, they're 4.
Mind is 1, body's 4. Yes.
But we're talking about age. Age does not have your knowledge.
You have 2 types of age. You have age number and mental age.
Yeah, but the one.
According to you, you have 3 because you have apparently physical age.
Yeah.
Physical age is mental age.
What?
That's not what you said.
No, that's not what you said.
What?
You
What?
just changed
Yes.
shit. Look, he can't even back up your own statement.
Look at the types of age.
I'm looking up freaking cryo sleep first.
No.
Dogs in cryo sleep.
God dang.
What's more, Fred?
We've been arguing about this
Okay.
for 10 minutes before this. We've been arguing about this for like 27 minutes.
Okay,
I'm
Fred.
pretty sure we've been going on for longer.
We have been.
Every time you keep defining age, which we defined once more, that your definition of age, which is false, is not gaining knowledge through over time.
But that's what age is. It's not gain. It's the gain of knowledge.
But
So
we
wait,
just,
I don't age over the weekends.
You gain knowledge. If you live, you gain knowledge. Every day you learn something.
Okay, look. See? Once
So
more.
okay, that logic. Hang on. That means Chief would have had to die in cryo sleep.
How so?
Because if you live, you gain knowledge. You just said that.
Yeah, you die in cryosleep. Your heart stops when you
so
go into
Chief is a
cryosleep.
zombie.
Yes, he is. He dies
No,
and then
no,
comes
no.
back to life. He is, by definition, a zombie.
No, actually,
Doesn't this just mess up? Doesn't
No,
this just
he'd be
mess up
alive.
the Halo series?
no, because he's not technically a zombie. Because zombies, they don't have control of their own brain. They don't have critical thinking like Chief does.
Then he was okay. Then he was just somebody who died and came back to life.
Yeah, which is physically impossible.
It's not impossible. It's happened before.
It's impossible.
In this day and age, it just happens. Some people have died and been brought back to life. Not over a 10-year span,
defibrillator.
but like a minute to like an hour to 2 hours later, they've came back to life.
Like, what happens to them then?
They
In that
get
time,
shot.
they don't age. They do nothing. They don't age.
It's possible because you cannot die.
So they're
and
gonna
come
live
back
2
alive.
hours longer.
I guess by definition, yeah.
Alright, so
There's
say
no way you can.
this won't
die.
happen, but say somebody dies
Okay.
Yes.
for 10 years.
Uh huh.
They somehow miraculously
You
get
can't
brought
say
back to
Jesus
life.
in that point because God does not exist.
What?
He does not exist.
Who doesn't?
God.
Wait, what?
He is not.
I'm confused what you're saying.
He says God doesn't exist.
So you can't use religion in this theory. at
Okay,
all.
so in this you can't use God
Yes,
right now.
we're not using.
Okay, so we're not using God.
So somebody
Because I was
died.
about to say you're a Christian, and that makes no sense.
I'm not a Christian.
Wait, what are you?
I'm no religion.
Atheist.
It's not atheism.
No, it's
no,
not even
religion
atheist.
is-
It's like what I say is like
Atheist is a theory of evolution.
I believe in God. I just hate him.
I don't believe it. You know what's funny to me?
I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care.
I believe in life. That's what I believe in.
I'm alive right now. That's all I know.
Okay.
Yes, okay, good example. The Alien and Predators movie. Every time they went into space, they were in cryosleep and didn't age.
They
Yes, they did age.
Time
No,
went-
they didn't.
time
They
went
didn't age.
Time
No, they
passed.
didn't age.
Time passed. They aged.
They did not age.
Their physical appearance looked like they did not age.
But
But-
they aged.
Yes, they did.
Okay, Ripley. She went into cryosleep, and I think she came out, like, what, was it, like 15, 20 years later in Aliens 2?
Don't know. I've never seen it.
Me and you need to watch
she
these.
came-
Like, 15, 20 years later, right?
Yeah.
I think she went in as 32. She came out 32.
She
About
looked
52.
32, but she's 52.
No, her
Yeah.
mental mentality and everything that goes on in her brain is still 32.
So, Fred. So, someone walks up to her and says, you were in cryosleep for 20 years, but she still thinks she's 32?
Yes.
How?
But she knows she
Explain this to
aged.
us.
She.
Okay, no. Okay, yeah, she would.
became old.
Okay,
So
she
in
would
her
know.
brain,
Okay,
she's
she would know she's 52.
Exactly,
But
let me see
her
that.
mental age would still be 32.
No, it wouldn't!
Exactly.
Her
Yes,
knowing
it would.
something is her.
Okay, no. You don't just stand up like, oh, you're 20 years older than you were. What? And then you just all of a sudden become an old fart, just like, I'm 20 years older now.
according to
I'm
your
gonna get
logic-
wrinkles and
According to my
die.
logic, I could
You
become
just
one right
proven
now.
our point.
Yeah, according to your logic.
I could just like stand here and then think I'm a 1-year-old and go,
And then like shrink into a tiny little baby.
I never said anything about shrinking into it.
No,
That's what you just did.
said
You
that.
just proved
I said
our
I know.
point.
I said you didn't. I said you would not do that. We will go back and
What
look
did
at
you
this.
just do? What did you just do?
I said.
You said
no. I
get
said.
wrinkles.
Yes, did you guys hear everything I said?
Yes, we
I
did.
said, Joe, you don't just stand up and somebody says you're 20 years older now. You don't just, I have wrinkles now. I'm older.
That's not
you
what-
don't
But
do
you
that.
are older
You-
in your brain.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
You are still. Your brain is still 32 years old.
So say.
Your body is still 32 years old. Everything about you is still 32 years old. So you stay 32. The years you've been alive may be older, but you are still 32. You do not age.
Okay.
No, see, I just proved you
No,
wrong.
no,
and you
no.
know that.
So someone walking up to you right after you go to cryosleep and you know you were in cryosleep. Someone walking up to you and saying you were in cryosleep for 20 years. Those 20 years mean absolutely nothing.
Yes, because you weren't alive. think about it. Think about it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Those 20 years passed. You are older.
You got
No,
years older.
they meant nothing. You were not alive. You were dead.
Everyone around you died or got older.
Yes, everyone aged, including you.
Okay. I go into cryosleep for 20 years. Come out. Everybody. Everybody. Okay, so yeah, you guys all look older. You're older. You guys have jobs and your wives. I
Yeah.
would still be 15.
No,
I would
you
still
wouldn't.
have to go to school.
You would-
I
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. I wouldn't have graduated.
On your birth certificate, you would be 54.
No,
34,
but my
whatever.
mind isn't.
But you would be 34.
No.
You, science say you can get a job. You take your birth certificate. You are 34 on your birth certificate.
I didn't
You
finish
can
school.
That
I
doesn't
didn't finish
you
school.
don't need to
No,
finish
this-
school.
My
You
older
don't
sister
need
dropped
to.
out of
Don't
high
set a
school.
bad example.
Go finish school, but this for the argument.
My older sister dropped out of high school. She recently finished school.
You could
But
finish
how old
it
is she?
later.
20.
Okay, yes.
But
that make her
go
like-
to community
but
college.
but
for
she-
crying out
Does
loud.
that make her like 5 years younger?
No.
Yeah, no, then you contradicted yourself.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Yes.
No. Okay. Okay. Think about this. Okay. Joe's stabbing himself in the head. You go. Okay. So I'm 15. I go into cryosleep for 20 years. Come out 35. Right.
Yes.
I would still have to finish school to get a job. To
Exactly.
go
Go
to
to McDonald's.
get to college.
That is
to
law.
go to college. I would still need to finish
Go to
school,
community
but I
college.
would still be 15.
Go to
I would
community
no.
college.
I would still have the knowledge
Go-
of a 15-year-old.
But you could go to community college.
You couldn't.
No.
Why can you not?
No,
Because you
Hold on.
need a degree.
If you go to,
Anyone can go to community college.
hold on, no. If you okay,
But I wouldn't. I would be. Dude, that's Lamar's controller.
That's my controller, bro.
You would be out.
Still.
You would be out 3 years of knowledge. You would be the most dumb mother in that place.
No, you wouldn't.
You would.
hold on,
That's
hold
a
on.
freaking lie.
Hold on, everybody. Okay, so if you're like, say, whatever, 15, didn't finish high school yet, go to cryo sleep, and accordingly, you can't go to college. You show them your birth certificate, and you're that much older. You can go to college as long as you pay everything.
Okay, no. But your mental's mindset would still be, I have to finish high school when you wake up. Would not. Would it not?
It would.
It would.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter.
No!
You are 35.
It does matter!
Yes.
It does matter!
No!
Oh my god, it does! Okay, so you're telling me you're telling me I go, okay, let's say I go into cryo sleep is 20. I finish high school, I finish college. I have 2 wives and 2 kids. We go into cryo sleep, right?
Okay.
All is one family. My 2 kids, one is 4, one is 5. My wife is also 20.
Okay.
Okay. We go into cryo sleep for 1,000 years.
You have kids at 15.
No, we're 20. You see?
Kids 5. You had kids at 15. What's wrong
Okay.
with my God?
Okay, we're 30. Okay,
we're
30.
30.
Okay, so we go into cryo sleep for 1,000 years. We come out 1,030, right? And our kids come out 1,005, 1,004.
Yes.
But they are still the ages of 4, and they are still the ages of 5.
They're the 8? No.
Me and my wife are still the ages of 30. A 5-year-old and a 4-year-old can go to community
They
college.
can get, actually, if you show their birth certificate,
if
you
you-
can.
No, you can't.
You legally can go if you have the birth rates. The
If
birth certificate.
you are old enough and you pay, you can go to community college.
No.
Yes.
Yes, you
Yes.
can, Fred.
And what? They're going to teach you. Community colleges don't teach 2nd grade math. They don't teach
But you can go
3rd grade math.
to
But
community
technically you
college.
can.
And do what? Just be there like,
Yes.
That's not the point.
No, it is
The point is that
it
you're
is the
going.
point. Your mind is still
No,
5.
but you are able to go to community college, which
'Cause
means
you aged.
you aged.
You were still 5.
But no. Okay, you may still
And
be
you're still
5.
retarded.
You may. Okay, I'm going with you right now. You may still be 5. You take your birth certificate to community college. You're 10,005. That's weird. Oh god, this guy's 10,005. Whatever. You are 10,005. You were
Well,
able
think
to
about
go
it. In 1,000
to
years,
community college.
1,000 years in the future, they'd be used to cryo sleep.
Shut up.
You are able.
Shut up.
Again, once more, Fred, you're not using good knowledge anymore.
I am.
That's not even hard evidence fact.
It is though. You would still be 5.
You suck at life.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Because
would-
the government keeps track of everything that happens here, right? So if you go to cryo sleep, 1,000 years later, you go straight back to the government, get your birth certificate. They'll tell you your exact age, right?
Uh-huh.
So at that time, you age, so you can go to college. It's not the fact that you can learn it, it's that the fact you can get to it. Because you have to be at a certain age to get to college.
Your mental age would still be 5.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But my point is,
You just proved my point.
But you
wouldn't age.
aged.
You wouldn't know. You
my-
wouldn't.
my point is that since through that 1,000 years, you aged, so you can able to go to college. And you have to be a certain age, or you have to be smart enough
When you
to go
age,
to
what
college.
affects you? What affects you? Time, right?
Yes, time effect.
Well, time does
Time
not affect you in cryo sleep.
yes,
But
it
time
does.
is still
Time has passed.
But it does not affect you though.
But it passed.
But it
then
passed,
you
so
haven't
you-
aged.
But it passed.
Oh my god.
It's not saying if I gave an old woman, once again, some miracle cream, and she looks 25 when she's actually 34.
Ball sack.
So you're saying she's 25 because of that.
Wait, what? Repeat what you just said. I wasn't listening.
My old lady example.
Okay.
So you're saying, by the way she looks, that's what her age. That's what you're saying.
So your parents is your age.
No, your
That's-
mental
no,
age is your
That
age.
is what you've said.
Your mental age is
You
your
have
age.
said that and time again.
Yes, your mental age is your
No,
age.
not
No, it's not. We just defined what age was.
age is the passing of time.
And what time does to you.
No, it's
Yes.
Time can
No.
do anything.
Yes.
You don't
No.
have to. Like again.
So what
Time
about,
has
okay,
passed.
hang on. What about those people with that disease that makes them age backwards?
Yeah. Oh wait. Let's see. They're growing older, but they're looking younger. So
Okay, then don't they get stupider as they go?
no,
No.
they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No.
So you go to bed knowing multiplication. If you have that disease, you go to bed knowing multiplication. You wake up. I completely forgot how to multiply two by two.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's say you get to 20, right? You get to 20, and then the disease kicks in, and you start aging backwards. You get younger and younger and younger. By the time you reach 1, you are the dumbest person
No, you're not.
because you don't have any more of your knowledge. It's all gone.
Doesn't
No,
mean
no,
you're
that
not
doesn't make
having-
you the dumbest
affects
person.
your
Physical.
Okay, it doesn't make you the dumbest person, but it does. It makes you younger.
And then plus, with people's short-term memory.
So
Yeah.
you wouldn't after 20 years going back
Hold
to
on,
1,
so-
you wouldn't be 40. You'd be 1.
You'd be 40.
Yes, you wouldn't.
Be 40, Fred.
You would be 1.
So wait, like Lamar said, if somebody has short-term memory loss, they learn something in class,
Then
like,
they forget it instantly.
20 minutes later, they forget it. Does that make them 20 minutes younger?
Yes.
How?
Because
Did time go backwards and they just...
For them, time is going backwards.
No, they wouldn't.
So
Their
because,
brain
no, okay.
just let go of
Because
the
they,
information.
hang on, Dominic. Because they forgot that information, they will live 20 minutes longer.
Yes. No,
No.
They wouldn't.
Then,
But-
then you just contradicted yourself.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How did I contradict myself? Explain.
You said that like if you don't gain knowledge or if you lose knowledge, you become younger. And if that person forgot his knowledge, by your logic, he would live 20 minutes longer.
But you're not understanding my logic. There's age and there's mental age. Okay, you could go through your entire life. You could be 50, but you could only have the knowledge of a 5-year-old. You would be 5.
No,
You would act like you're 5. You would.
You act.
would-
Alright,
There's
you
a
would
difference
act-
in being
Whatever
an act.
happened? No, whatever happened to your a while ago when we just started this? Whatever happened to your physical age argument? You look like you're 50, so you're 50.
What about it? Well, apparently, according to you, we're not on cryo sleep anymore.
What?
We're now just talking about mental age.
No,
You're
you
talking
brought
about
the
mental
into
age.
this.
You brought the mental and physical age. We were talking about time the entire time.
Okay, well, cryo sleep. You go in as 5. You come out as 50.
What's
You
more?
are still 5.
You act like a 5-year-old, but doesn't mean your age.
You look 5. You act 5. Your brain set is 5. You are 5.
No, you're
50.
not.
You are 5.
It's like saying I bring a dinosaur from 5 million years ago, and they're like 5 years old, and they're gonna act 5?
Yes.
No!
Yes.
So you're saying
They're gonna act 5, but their age would be 5 million years.
No.
Yes, it would.
Their age would be 5 million years. Yes.
yes,
But
you
their
just
no.
admitted.
Their mental age.
But they
Is-
would be 5 million.
Their
that
mental
is their
age
age.
is 5.
Alright, but they're 5 million.
No, they are 5.
No, they're
Okay,
5 million.
you wanna give a real example here?
Okay.
You know, last year, this special ed kid, he's like 16. He's still in 8th grade. He acts like a 6th grader, but he's 16. And he knows it. So what does that make him?
Makes him a 6th grader.
No, because he knows
No.
he's 16.
Oh,
But he
It doesn't
acts-
matter.
No, but he acts like a 6th grader.
What is his mental mindset?
What is your...
Is it
What did I
mental-
just say?
No, is his mental mindset that of a 6th grader or that of an 8th grader?
He acts like... This is what you're saying. He acts like a 6th grader, but he knows he's 16. So what does that make him?
It makes him a 6th grader.
Impossible,
But
because
he
he knows
knows
he's
his age.
16.
It doesn't matter if you know you're 16. Your mindset is still that of a 6th grader.
No, it's not.
No!
He just said he knows the knowledge that he's 16.
He has the knowledge
know-
of his age. He has the knowledge of that, but he acts not like that.
Yeah,
He has the knowledge of his age, yes. But he
and
is
he knows this.
he is
from-
still that of a 6th grader.
You're stupid. That's all there is to it.
No, there's not.
Yes, time has passed. He...
Is 16.
Yes.
Okay. Master Chief, what is his mindset?
His
We don't-
mindset.
Is that of a 21-year-old?
No,
his mindset is killing anything that destroys the world.
Okay,
that's
true.
what his mindset is. Okay,
What
I
is
doubt he
what
honestly
what is
cares about his
what
age.
is his physical age?
we don't
His
know.
age is like
21
We don't know
physical
that.
age.
is 21.
We don't know that because he's wearing that suit of armor.
Okay, well, you can trace back all the timeline events.
Have you
and
seen
track it.
under his suit? Do you know exactly what he looks like? Do you know what he looked like in Halo 1? Do you know what he looks like now?
No, you don't.
You can't use physical age in this argument.
And you can't use
What's
mental
her name?
age
What's her
either.
name? What's her Professor Anders. She went into cryo sleep, came out of cryo sleep looking exactly the same. Over 10 years later,
But she knows.
she
she's
was on
older.
Reach, came out looking exactly the same, leaving Harvest.
But she knows she's older.
She knows she's older, but her mindset is still that of a 20-something-year-old.
If she knows
Oh,
in
if
her
you know
mind
you're
she's older, then she is 10 years older.
No.
Yeah, if you know you're older, you're older. If
No.
you don't know you're older, you're still older.
Blissful ignorance. That's pretty much. Fred's argument is about blissful ignorance. And you cannot deny that, Fred.
I can't deny it.
You can't back
Because
up any
it's not blissful ignorance. I could go out 1,000 years and be like, yeah, I'm 1,015.
Exactly. You just admitted it.
But I'm still 15.
No, you're not.
Plus 1,000.
I'm still 15.
Like you're not understanding those things.
Oh my god. I understand what you guys are
No,
saying.
you're not. Apparently, you're not.
I would still be 15.
No.
No, you. you might
Fred, if
act
you
like
know,
a 15.
If you
You might know
you're
information
1,000.
from that point of time.
That's like one of those chicks that are like 30 and she's like, I'm 20. Does that
means-
make them 20?
If to the other person it would. If they didn't know him, then they're
But does that make
New
that
argument
person?
incoming.
20. No.
okay. No, but what is their mental age? The mental age of a 30-year-old. Just because you say you're 20 doesn't mean you're 20.
But she believes she's
See, exactly. Just because you say you're 20 doesn't mean you're actually 20. Okay?
Now, didn't you just prove that point?
No, you just proved my point.
No,
just
because-
because you're
no, no.
1,015 doesn't mean you're actually 1,015. You are still 15.
No, you might have the knowledge from that point, so your mental age might be 15. Your physical appearance might be 15. But your age.
Okay,
that's the key word right there.
Okay, fine. This day and age, you were judged by your knowledge, right?
No, you're not.
judged by your looks this day and age.
Yeah,
okay.
really.
And in the science community, you're judged by your knowledge.
No, in the science community,
You're judged by how long you've been on Earth.
yes.
No, you were
How long
judged by your
have you
knowledge.
been on this universe? Okay? And how long you've been living in this universe? So that's your age.
No, you were judged by.
No one judged.
You are judged by your knowledge.
No, you're not. Not in science.
In the science community, you are.
In science community, the only reason you're judged by your knowledge because of your degrees and all that piece of crap that you will get later on.
Yes, you could be. Okay, fine. For me,
You can be the smartest kid in the world, but you're 15. They don't call you a 15-year-old.
No. Okay, yes. But let's say I turn 16 next year and I figure out quantum mechanics. I solve the string theory. I make it into the string. That's all it is.
So
Okay?
that boosts-
No.
but your
No. Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
What happened to your mental age?
Dude. Yeah, it is my mental age. I have the mental age of they would say I have the brain of like a 30-something-year-old.
Okay. Then,
So my mental age is that of a 30-year-old. But I still look 15.
okay.
Exactly my point. My age would be 15, but my mental age would be that of a 30-year-old.
Okay. So what's your
Alright,
actual
but
age?
you would be 15.
What was your age?
My mental age would be 30.
Yeah, but your age.
But I would
What
act
would you-
like
What would your
I am 30.
age be? We don't care about mental
you know in
age,
your
physical
brain how old you are,
appearance.
but you don't act it on purpose. That's what you're explaining right now.
Yes. Like right now, I'm 15.
Joe's
but-
point, blissful ignorance.
Okay, right now I'm 15, but when it
This
comes
entire argument.
listen, Joe. Right now I'm 15, but when it comes to the point, I can act like I'm older than I'm 15. I can act like I am 22.
Okay.
So that makes
so
you 22.
At that time it makes my mental age the mental age of a 22-year-old.
So you can act a 20-year-old in 1 minute,
So
then go
you
back
can
to
change your
15.
mental age as many times as you want, in whenever
So,
you want.
so if
No.
you change your mental
So I
age, you're
could
changing your age.
say that I am 35 and I wouldn't have to go to school.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That's what you just said.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what you just
No, because
said.
your age would still be that of a 15-year-old.
Exactly.
That's what we
That is
just
what we're
said.
saying.
Yes.
Or you're just talking about physical appearance.
But yes, now if you reverse that, you went into cryo sleep as 15 and you come out as 30, we're still 15.
30!
No!
Yes!
You just I'm sorry, Joe cut out the video because he's douchebag. Anyways, wait, what were we talking about?
We're talking about how I proved your point.
Okay, yes, you proved my point. Okay,
Explain.
what I said is you could have the mental age of a 30-year-old, but you'd still be 15, right? Your age would still be 15.
But you're talking about physical appearance?
But no, your age would still be 15.
So you
but
just
your
proved
wait,
my
no,
point.
listen. But your mental age would be that of a 30-year-old.
All right.
So you would act like you're 30. You would-
Exactly!
yes.
No, you just proved that point!
No, you would act like
Hey,
you're 30.
you
You
just
would be.
switched your argument
You would
right there.
be a 30-year-old. So if you switch it over and
No, okay, wait. You're saying that you appear to be 15 and you're acting like you're 30, so you're 30?
no, if your mental age is 30, then you
You were saying act
then you were 30. Your age may be 15.
Joe used your
But
exact
you were
word.
30.
Acting like you were 30.
Okay, those were my actual words. But say your mental age is 30. Okay?
How old are you? What is your physical age?
Your physical age would be 15.
Okay. What's your
But you
actual
would be-
What's your actual age?
define-
What is your
in a computer.
age?
Your age would be 15.
Okay.
But your mental age would be 30.
But
Now,
you'd be
no,
15.
listen.
You'd be
What?
15.
No, because you guys a second ago just agreed to that.
How's
So if I switch it over and say I'm 1,015, but my mental age is still 15, I am 15.
Bull crap, you just
No,
agreed with
No,
us.
Fred, I
No.
was asking you if that's true. And you were saying it is.
Yeah, because if you switch it over, it works the same way.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
No,
does.
you just said if his physical appearance looks 15, his age is 15, but he has a mindset of a 30-year-old, makes him 15, right?
That's what you said.
That's what
Yes.
you said. Okay.
No, no, no.
so
His age is 15. His mental mindset.
No,
and his
we're
mental
talking
age
about
is 30.
here.
So that means he's 15.
His age is 15. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly!
Now we switch this, right?
Okay.
He goes 1,000 years. His age is 1,015. His mindset is 15. His physical appearance is 15. What does that make him? 1,015.
His age is 1,015.
Exactly.
Big freaking exactly.
But his
point
mental age
proven.
is
But
still
you just
15. So
agree
he is
with us.
15.
Are you
You
stupid?
just switched up.
Okay,
what you
Master
said.
Chief is 64. Does he act like he's 64?
No.
Does he walk around like a 64-year-old?
But
No.
he is 64.
No, but he's 20. He's 21.
No, okay, Fred.
So,
Well, hold on, Joe. Listen to me one more time. Okay.
Okay, wait, really quick. What do you age through? The definition of age is
Alright.
the passing of time, right?
passing of time.
But what makes you look older? Weathering. Okay.
What does that have to do
No,
with
no,
this?
weathering, time.
No, hold
weathering
on,
and
hold on.
time are the two
Weathering is
things
the
that
act
make
of
you
weather.
change. No, weathering and time make you change.
No, that's bullcrap.
No, it is not bullcrap.
No,
This
it's
is
not,
true.
okay. For instance, what if we stop time? If I start smoking every time and
Okay.
time doesn't stop, it's not even going.
You
If I
can't,
just
you
smoke,
can't, you can't stop time because then the universe would explode.
no, that's actually impossible. No, it's not.
Yeah, no, because
No,
time
no.
and space move at the same time.
No, but you can slow
Time
down.
and space are coexistent. So
Actually,
if you got rid
you
of
can-
time, there would be no space. And everything would go in
You
vapor.
can slow down time.
You'd be in a white canvas with nothing there, just
Theoretically,
floating.
if you could slow down time.
Okay.
And I'll just smoke. And
That's weathering.
no, it's not.
It's weathering on your lungs. Yes.
You-
So and time stopped and you're
Yes.
weathering. So you are aging when time is not passing.
But
Yeah.
you're still weathering.
Yeah, but
while time
But
is
in
not
cryosleep,
passing.
in cryosleep, are you smoking? No.
But is time going on?
yes.
But you are not aging.
But time is
it's
going
two
on.
sides. No, you're arguing. I don't even.
I mean, see,
I don't even understand your
You
viewpoint.
can't even back up your own statement.
Fred has changed his viewpoint about 20 times.
No, I still have the same viewpoint. You don't
No,
age
you
in
don't.
cryosleep.
Okay, once more. I'm 15.
Okay.
Okay.
Physical appearance 15.
Okay.
Mindset 30-year-old. What
Okay.
does that make me?
30.
No, earlier you just said 15.
No, your age is 15.
Okay.
Exactly.
But you are
You
30.
Are 15.
No. If I bring my
So I could be like, I'm 45 right now, and I would be 45, right?
If you acted like it, if you thought like it, yes.
Yeah, but
Stupid kid music. I'm 45 now.
It doesn't work like that.
okay.
Obviously it does.
So if I go to a random man, and says, "Hey, Mister, did you know I'm actually 35, even though my actual age is 15?" What would we say? No, he'll say, "No, you're 15."
He'd say you're a freaking lunatic.
Wait, I didn't even hear what you said. I was paying attention to the damn story.
See, if I go to a random stranger and say, "Hey, Mister, how old do you think I am?" He'll say around 15, 16, right? But if I said, "Oh, my mental age is 30, so that makes me 30, right?" He'll say, "No,
You're 15.
yeah, you're 15."
Your age is 15, yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, okay.
That's
I
what
was
Just prove your
That is our
Okay,
entire
no, no, no.
argument.
Let me talk. And this whole argument is about age, right?
age. All
Key
types.
point.
All
Age.
all
No,
types of age.
No. When did we
Age
ever
is-
say all types of age was
Because if you go into
This
cryo,
argument was about cryo.
when you go into cryo is 15, you come out 15.
No.
No, okay.
Okay. Can I finish my sentence? Okay. The keyword age, right? That's the keyword right there.
Yes.
Age. That's what we've been using this whole time. Age.
Yes.
So if I go to cryo sleep for 1,000 years, I'd be 1,015, but I will act and look like a 15-year-old.
Which would make you 15.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Because
No.
Because the way you look on your act makes you 15, but your age, once more, is 1,015.
But your mental age is 15.
But your mental age has
So-
nothing to
no,
do with
okay,
your actual age.
Aging is
Act of
time,
time
and
going-
weathering.
Aging? No,
No,
okay,
no, he read the definition.
No, no,
I
no.
read-
No, he read the definition of age. You did not read the definition of aging.
Okay.
They are two different definitions.
Look aging up.
I will look it up.
Age is the passing of time.
Okay, we need to contact Webster. The new definition is retarded is Fred.
My computer's about to die. Can you go get the charger, Joe?
That sucks, doesn't
Freaking
it?
A,
Don't do
Fred.
it, Joe. Don't do it. Make his lazy ass go. Kind of missed.
I didn't intend to hit anyone.
No, I don't want to be a Jedi.
Oops.
I did it
Joe,
again.
please.
No.
I need it. I have a project on here.
Save it.
It's right there.
Dollar mother. Douchebags.
The process of growing old.
Uh-huh.
Aging.
Okay. Aging. The process of growing old. Now, what causes you to grow old?
The
Time.
passing of age causes you to go old. Age.
Type in what causes you to grow old.
Time.
No.
Time.
No.
Type- we already know.
Look up what it says.
Look up like dictionary.com or something.
Command post is going. I can swing my sword, looking at the forward.
For my diamond sword.
No, we're having a
This-
serious argument here. No sword swinging
Lightsaber.
or lightsaber swinging.
God dang it. What do I do with these?
Well, I guess we named our podcast perfectly. Nerd Gaming Podcast.
Don't worry, guys. I'll put it away.
You know, for when this game came out, it's probably the most
This-
realistic game.
Yeah.
Like, the graphics actually look like some of the graphics on the games now.
Just
No.
so everyone knows, this is freaking Battlefront 2.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I wonder what Battlefront 1 looked like.
It was actually pretty. It was actually relatively close to
It was relatively close to this, but the gameplay was weird. You couldn't be Jedis in the first one. I remember that.
Jedi's could spawn, but you could.
Jedis could spawn, but they were just NPCs on the battlefield. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Growing old is a part of being a living thing. Every plant and animal must go through a cycle of life that involves a beginning, middle, and end. Actually, as soon as we are born, we begin aging or growing old.
Mhm.
But when we talk of growing old, we think of physical changes that occurs when bodies
Right.
cannot grow
Mhm.
and repair themselves as they once did. At about 30, the signs of aging starts to appear.
Mhm.
Though the most people, the physical changes aren't really obvious until many years. As people age, skin may be sag and wrinkled, and hair may turn thin or gray. Overall, time muscle becomes less strong and flexible. Bones may become more brittle and breakable. More junk shit. Let's see. Weaker, sickness, but all will grow old as they near end of
Natural
the
noob.
cycle.
That just proved my point.
That's not prove your point.
Yes, it did. Okay, reread it again. Reread it again. I'll point out the points that prove my point.
There's no. I can remember that.
Fred, okay, so all it said.
Aging is caused by. It starts around 30. It is
No,
caused.
no, no,
So
no,
we
no, no.
don't age
no,
until 30.
You mistook that.
Okay. Then read
Bull
it again.
crap.
Read it again. Read it again. Read it again.
Because that's the only thing you heard, and that's the only thing you're going to use against your side.
Selective
Once
hearing, you
more.
asshole.
It says, the moment you grow is when you start. That's when you're
I'm not
born.
good with an Asher.
So, actually, as soon as we are born, we begin aging or growing older. So, that's the only. See, you only took at about the age 30, the signs of aging starts to appear. So you're thinking of physical appearance once more.
We're not arguing physical appearance.
I know that's why Fred was arguing.
Yeah, I know.
Here. What causes aging?
Time.
And if. Okay, here.
You know, there's two definitions
There
of
are a
aging.
few physical. Did Joe read this?
Oh, my freaking God.
Yeah, this is why you can't read an argument. You can't even read anything from an article.
I'm dyslexic.
These
I'll
are
mess it up.
Fred's words. Hang on, where is it? I don't agree with this, probably because it's completely wrong. How do you go downwards? I don't understand. I quit. There are a few.
Read it aloud. Come
Hang
on.
on.
We
I'm
got a
still trying to get it
podcast
down.
going.
Go downwards, you piece of crap.
Hi, ammunition droid.
Sex quiz, interesting. Okay, there are a few physical differences among a group of first graders, but if you check out the same group 65 years later, their physical differences outnumber their similarities, some with the epitome of health, while others will be managing one or more chronic conditions. Some will be
This is talking about
while
physical.
others
No, no,
I
no.
just read the. No,
lethargic.
did you even read the article?
No.
As we get older, we become physically less like our peers. That's because we are the sum of our life experiences. At age 6, not too much has happened to our bodies to make us radically different from our peers. By the middle and old age, we've had decades to develop and maintain habits that have an impact on our health, both negatively and positively. The environment too affects our health, including where we work and live and how much exposure we have to infectious diseases. Aging is universal, but each of us is experiencing it in different ways. Aging is universal. Aging may be inevitable, but the rate of aging is not. Why and how our bodies age is still largely a mystery, although we are learning more and more each year. Scientists do maintain, however, that chronological age has little bearing on biological age. The number of candles on your birthday cake merely serves as a marker of time.
See?
They're talking about physical age through that whole Did you even listen?
Yes. But see, like you said.
Fred, your only argument is physical aging.
But because that's what it is, though.
That's not what aging is. Once more, your mental age has nothing to do with your actual age.
But it does.
No, it doesn't. It's your personality that's what you're thinking of.
Yes.
Your personality does not make you what you look, what you age. Okay?
No.
That's what you're saying. There's no way.
Fred, just accept defeat.
I will not accept defeat.
You victory.
And then you can't even define aging anyway. No, even scientists now can't define aging.
That's what they
said they can't. They said they can't. They don't know what causes it.
Yeah.
So when you're in cryo sleep, you don't age.
You're mental.
Only
You don't know this.
No, only the years you've been alive goes up. That is it.
Yeah, that's what aging is.
No, your aging involves the way you look, the way you act.
No, that's your personality. That's a different thing.
It is not.
Yes, it is. Fred.
So Fred, how you act is how old you are?
Yes.
Personality once
What about
more.
in school when somebody's like messing around?
Okay,
They're acting like
here's
a
an example,
5-year-old.
Fred. Here's
Does that make
an
it 5?
example.
If someone's acting like a 5-year-old, they're 5.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
so if I'm just sitting there being smart, I'm taking perfect notes, I have binders and laptops, I'm perfectly organized, I act like a 25-year-old, does that mean I'm 25?
Your mental mentality at that time.
Does
yes.
that mean I have
No.
to stay in school if my mental age is 25?
Yes, but it also includes
No.
knowledge.
Because
Well,
by that time you'd be graduating
It also
college.
includes knowledge. Like I said, if I came out at 15, I would still need to finish school.
No, you wouldn't.
Even if it's
Your
1,000 years
birth
later.
certificate would say you're 1,015, which means that you can go to college.
It wouldn't work like that.
Yes, it
does
would.
work like that.
There are people who never went to school in the first place, and like
They go
people in Africa who have never gone to school. They come to America and they go to community college.
You
Yeah,
can't.
they
There's
do
options.
that. That's happened.
But they're like 20-something.
Exactly.
Right. But I would be 15.
But if you put them in,
You are freaking mentally.
Right? Actually, you are 1,015. Basing this right now argument
What's happening?
on the birth certificate.
Okay.
You are 1,015 when you show your birth certificate to community college. That
What?
means you're older than the people.
But by then, they would be used to cryo sleep. They'd probably make laws saying, if you come out
No,
at
we
15,
are not
you
going
still have
into.
to
We are
finish
not.
school.
No, assuming that our technology doesn't change.
okay.
Joe asked the question.
Fred. Okay. So you go into cryo sleep for 1,000 years. Actually, okay. Let's make this
10 years.
Actually, let's do this. Fred, you go into cryo sleep. You're 15. You go into cryo sleep for 15 years. You're 30. This guy from Africa who's never gone to school is 30 years old, and he's in the line right behind you.
Okay.
You show your birth certificate. You're 30. You pay the money. You get into community college. The guy from Africa who's never gone to school before says his age, gives the birth certificate, gives the money. He goes to community college.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
What about it? Okay, say you came out 1,000 years later, 15. You'd still want to finish school. Am I
No, you
wrong?
wouldn't. You'd be old enough to not have to.
Assuming you're just.
But
a person.
no,
Assuming
your mental age is still 15. You wouldn't know how to survive in the world of
So
an
you
adult.
don't learn anything about. You don't
So
learn
you're-
anything
so-
about the outside world. Anything about the outside world.
No,
until
1,000 years later, the world has changed. Everything is different.
Okay.
So you wouldn't know. You would want to go to school and learn.
Exactly. Go to community college.
No.
What is
Yes!
what is college?
School.
In a way, yes.
How is college not a school?
Because
Define school.
a place where you go to
To
be taught.
learn.
To be taught.
Exactly.
You're getting taught information.
I don't know. I don't think of college as school. I think of college as more like a
A job?
It's not a job.
It can't be.
It's
Fred,
not.
what is college?
I don't know.
Stupid.
Fred, what is college?
I don't know.
What is school?
School is a place where you go to learn.
Okay. What is college?
What do you do in college?
You learn.
Okay. So you're
Okay,
learning.
fine. My bad. I will correct what I was saying. At 15, you came back. Everything's different.
Okay.
You would want to go to the grade that you were in, possibly lower, because everything has changed.
No. Because you go to a
The
public.
mathematics could be different. Hell, Earth probably couldn't even exist then. You could come up on a barren wasteland that's nothing there.
Actually, that's impossible.
That's not impossible.
Mathematics cannot change.
Yeah, they can. We can discover new things.
We can. Yes, we
doesn't
can
mean-
discover
Yes,
shit,
that
but
they might-
That
that
never
they might-
change.
What is discovery? Something was always there.
Mhm.
Didn't
But it
change.
wasn't there right now.
It was there.
It's there,
It just
but-
was covered, and we discovered it.
Okay.
Okay.
But
and
we
Fred,
wouldn't
Fred,
know
Fred,
it
no.
right now.
And mathematics would not be changed so drastically. So like, oh my God, there's a new number we have to add. Like
That would-
there's a number between 1 and 2 that we need to add, and it's called.
That wouldn't make you want to go all the way back. Be like, what if
You okay? If
What is
that
the properties
happened,
of
everyone would have to go back to first grade, so they
Yeah.
could relearn math.
No.
That's what you're saying.
That's it.
Okay,
That's what
so
you're
so
saying.
that so new math laws only apply to young people.
But we're not
What?
young.
No, right now. Okay, for example, we just got done learning Algebra 1 in 8th grade, right? Or well, you were in geometry. Okay, so we just got done learning Algebra 1 in 7th grade. Well, okay.
I learned
Right,
Algebra 1 in
right.
6th
My
grade.
sister,
No, 7th.
yeah.
And then the basketball thing moved back.
Okay, hold up.
Girls on our way home.
My sister was
Boss.
starting to learn Algebra 1 in 4th grade. 2 years to 3 years before we did.
Okay.
Okay, that's because new mathematic laws and equations were put in while we were still in school.
Okay.
So they are learning it earlier, so they are ready for more. When they go into 8th grade, they're probably going to be in Algebra 2.
But
No, it's because new things were introduced.
okay, but let's go
New
back.
things were introduced. New things were found.
New things were introduced, new things were found. Same thing. Okay? So which means that we are not taught it. We are taught it later on, but not right now.
But here's the thing.
They may have
Okay.
discovered it in the 6th grade. We're going to have to learn it in college.
Or
Okay.
what happens is they are taught their lessons are more crammed. They are taught probably
No, they're not.
No. Okay, so I learned how to multiply in 4th grade.
I learned.
Yeah, so did everybody else here.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why couldn't they have just added multiplication and division and addition and subtraction into 1 year? Why did they have to put it out over 4 years? Just say that.
I learned multiplication.
But we're
addition,
not talking
subtract,
about
all
you.
that
We're
in 1
talking
year.
about people in general, overall.
Well, it depends what school you go to.
No,
That's
it's not
another deciding factor. It depends on what district you go to.
mental.
Fred, you're just avoiding the question here.
You are.
No, what is the question?
It exploded.
Okay, let's go back 1800s.
Okay.
What?
You know all the stuff we have now,
Mhm.
and you live on through that point. Do they have to go back and relearn that stuff?
As in what? Like they come to this time period?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Because
they taught.
this is a new environment to them. You learn and you adapt. They would have to learn. They would have to adapt
But
because
they-
they don't know anything.
They know partially about.
I'm pretty sure they would know addiction, adding and subtracting and multiplying and maybe dividing, but
They had
they don't know algebra. They don't know geometry.
Yes, they
they don't
do.
know.
You do know that dividing is just multiplying by a decimal.
Yes.
Remember, Albert Einstein didn't exist till like what 1800s, early.
Einstein?
Yeah.
What? No. Einstein was 1940s, 1960s.
No way.
Yeah.
No, farther than that.
No. Einstein?
Einstein was like...
1940s,
Look it up.
1960s.
Look it up.
And then again,
No, he wasn't.
go all the way back to the BCs.
If I asked my dad,
Remember,
do you
like,
remember
So,
what
okay, so
Einstein did when
Einstein
you
would
were...
have to come to this time and learn new math?
Yeah, that's what you're
Yes.
saying. Even though he's a genius.
Even though his...
because things have
even though
changed.
The only... Everything we know is based on
His theory
Oh.
of math and
Yes.
everything.
Okay. What is that guy's name that invented phi? Or that,
Phi?
that discovered phi, whatever.
It was a Greek. It was a Greek guy.
Exactly. He knew more about mathematics than probably any 10th grader here. Or
Okay.
any 10th grader in
But
this
since
area.
then, how much of it has changed?
Not
that
You can't change math!
You can't.
Okay, how much of it has? How much more have we discovered?
He knows more than we would. He probably understands math a lot better. They had to do math without calculators. They had to do math in their brains. So they are smarter than us on this topic.
They didn't even write it down.
He invented something
You'd be
you
like,
couldn't in a million years.
Okay, yeah, you were right. Einstein was born in 1879, but did not make his first discovery.
Till
Wait.
1920.
See?
Right.
Yeah, till 1920. He was died in 1955.
So, what's more, if he was there, transferred over here, with all his knowledge about mathematics, he could live perfectly fine. Without learning anything new here.
I mean, he could, but he'd probably want to.
Because all the
Why would
stuff
you want
we
to?
know
So
came
you-
from him.
So,
Well, I'm okay. I'm a scientist. I strive to learn something new every day about
Okay.
about the universe. That's what I love to do. So if I came 1,000 years later, they've discovered new things. They've discovered how to time travel. They've
Yeah, but
discovered how to
You just changed the
jump
topic
wormholes.
once more.
if you're a scientist, of
You're a
course you're going to want to
scientist.
learn stuff new.
If you're Einstein, a mathematician, you'd still want to learn new stuff.
Point
But he wouldn't have to.
That's what our point.
he may want to learn more stuff,
But he wouldn't have to.
but since it's not changed from what
but
he discovered.
he was talking about somebody from the 1800s.
Yeah. That's where Einstein was at. Late 1800s.
No, he was born in the late
Fred, you gonna move the
1800s.
basketball
Yes.
hoop?
Now if you move him today,
Fred.
right now,
Devin,
Anyways,
move the basketball.
this ends the conversation. This is everybody from the
Conversation
nerd.
ain't over, Fred.
This is everybody from the Nerd Gaming Podcast signing out. Joe, Michael, aka Dominic, and Lamar, and me, Mr. Jones, aka Fred. We're all signing out. We'll talk to you people later. Have a nice day.